To cover off at the start, yesterday my microphone spontaneously stopped working, and a little bit earlier today, in a bit of a streaming of League of Legends, my webcam decided to stop working, and I was getting a couple of people were commenting that the microphone, the volume of the microphone wasn't working great, even though there's no real difference. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on with my technology at the moment, but please do let me know if I'm talking or if I'm playing and something cuts out, whether it's video, audio, whatever. So, first off, let's check and make sure that everything is streaming okay. Yeah, looks like it's streaming there, fantastic. Alright, well then, it would appear that we are ready to roll. So, for anybody just tuning in, I'll just throw another reminder, please jump over to Twitch if you can, otherwise just sit back and enjoy. Alright. Alright, so last game we had travelled pretty much up here and then back to here. I commenced some interesting rants.
I am here.
Let's go with that.
Certainly.
Not scripted, not entirely what or how I wanted to say things, but still there nonetheless. So, we are now in the area of High Hedge. Now, actually, hang on a second. I have a little bit of an issue on my end. Please give me a moment. Alright. I don't mean to be rude, but why do you hate cities and towns so much? Yeah, I know you're a druid, but us humans and others gotta live somewhere, you know. It is not the fact that humans build towns and cities, but rather the manner in which they do so. Most humans construct their villages with little, if any, regard for the destruction of nature. Yeah, I guess you got a point there. What can we do about that? Well, you can start by... Later, when we get to an inn, I'm hungry and want to take a warm bath. Wow, Imoen, you're such a fantastic person. Just like, you know, brush everybody off. Have fun. Good morning. Game volume is a little high relative to my voice. Okay, so let's fix that a little bit. That should help with that. Jaheira is kind of woke though. Well, kind of yes, kind of no. I mean, overall, yes. What are we looking at there?
Oh, I thought really not in this.
No. Bad necromancer.
I'll be much more agreeable with rest.
And I forgot to do any resting, so I don't actually have any of my spells back.
Oh, I thought really not in this.
Now, these skeletons are throwing darts at me, which is a bit of a pain, but we beat them nonetheless. So that's
Indeed.
certainly a good thing. Alright. Save. I should wait for me to get in front, as opposed to lagging behind. Is this a game where you loot every enemy? Look, you can, but you don't have to. Looting is great, but you only have so
Indeed.
much in your inventory to actually loot, so...
Your voice.
Not you. Bad man. More accurately, bad me, but bad. Yeah.
Name it.
You spoke at me?
Why is he just standing there?
Count on me. Oh, I'll show you a fight.
Also, I should pick up some short swords to give to Montarion.
Yes, it is done.
Those are throwing daggers, not... it's based on D&D, so yes. Yeah, look. Like, all of this stuff can be looted, can be picked up, can be taken, etc. Those low hit points make me feel anxious. Yes, yes. Something I recommend new players do. I haven't done it yet. I'm going to do it. But is... If you go to Baragost, then go east to Temple, and then go east again, there are basilisks. Now, if you come to this region, where I am right now, and you buy some scrolls, protection from petrification, or some potions, preferably the scrolls, because they last longer, and then go over here, you're pretty much immune to the basilisks. You can just walk up to them and kill them. This is especially useful if you play solo, or if you play with initially only with yourself and Imoen. One way that I could have started this game, I didn't, but I could have, would have been to play with these two.
Something up?
Do that, do that loop, come over here, and then come back and then start the game. And because at that point I would be about level 5 or so, every character that I then recruit would already be about level 4 or 5, instead of where we all are now, which is at level 1. So I'm
Your
playing
concern?
relatively inefficiently at the moment, because I've got a party of 6 so early on, whereas I could have just gone with the 2 characters, or even just with myself if I kicked Imoen out, and gotten everybody a hell of a lot higher level. Druid is so damn tanky. Yeah, she is a bit. She is a bit. We have here a random house, and they know that was coming up behind me. Will it follow us in? Yes, it does.
This better be good.
Yes?
Stop touching me!
I could do no better.
Hurry
Get
up.
away. While they're fighting. Ah, still can't pick these locks. Damn it, Imoen, I need you to level up.
I am here. It is done.
So is leveling slow with a party of 6 gets divided 6 ways? Yes. If I scroll up, that null was worth 35 XP. That XP is divided across all the characters. So it's not 35 each.
Certainly.
Oh, I'll show you.
She's getting hurt.
Nature's servant. Oh,
She doesn't have any
Your concern?
good spells for me to use. Alright, I'm going to fix their AI a bit. That's not fair. Yeah. No, that should be fine. Must be just because I keep commanding them to
Yes?
do things.
Certainly.
Outs, that's really punishing you for recruiting a full party. Well, yes and no, because having a full party makes you stronger overall. Like, it's essentially the action economy sort of thing. If I'm fighting against multiple targets, having multiple characters attacking and or with multiple characters of hit points is really freaking useful. In addition, something you have kind of seen at least once already. If my main character dies, the game is over. That's it. However, if any of the other characters die, the game is not over, I can go get them resurrected. My character is the only one who cannot be resurrected. So having multiple players, multiple characters can give you a lot more options, because you're the only character who is essentially permadeathable. Well, not entirely true. If enemies do enough damage, any character is permadeathable. But normally, most enemies don't do that much damage, so permadeath is quite rare. Unless you're playing on insane mode or something where they have massive boosts. So I've now explored those regions. I can kind of visit them if I want. But as you can see, this building is the High Hedge, which I will be visiting. While we walk around though, I might tell you a little bit of the lore for the High Hedge. So there's not much lore about it. High Hedge is something that was written into one of the 2nd edition supplements. Valentir was a character in that, and obviously it was all brought to life for Baldur's Gate 2. But in the original source material, he is protected by 2 griffins, which are a mating pair. On the other hand, in this game, he's actually protected by flesh golems. So it's actually possible to get in there, kill some flesh golems, get a nice lot of points, and, you know, it's not fantastic, but it can be done. Damn it.
You die. I swear you'll never hear the end of it.
Anyway, I'm all the way back up here. Damn it, I haven't saved. Is resurrection affordable though? Definitely not at low levels. At the moment, I've got, well, it's actually pretty affordable at the moment. I've got 1400 gold at the moment. A Raise Dead spell, which isn't as good as a full-on resurrection. A Raise Dead spell is about 100 gold pieces. A full-on resurrection is 600. So it's not too expensive, really. But obviously, if you have to keep resurrecting, it becomes quite painful. Now we have a black bear here.
Indeed.
I'm gonna attack it. There we go.
For the fallen!
Woo!
Your concern?
Also, I might show you this at the moment. One of the things I kind of love about this game is that it gives you who the most powerful thing you've vanquished is. Like, these are all of the stats for the game. So, across the whole game, I've killed 29 creatures, which represents 63% of total kills in the party. Blah, 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 experience, so on and so forth. In this particular chapter of the game, it's, you know, a bit less. But my most powerful is Ogre. So, I love that. I love games that come with little bits of stats like that, just for fun. It kind of makes me feel like, yeah, these characters are actually taking note of their accomplishments. It's not just us who have the memories, it's the characters, in a sense. One of my favourite mods on that vein, I don't think it's been replicated again for Baldur's Gate, for the Enhanced Edition. So it's a much older mod. Why are you back there?
Go suck your blade.
Yes? Indeed.
It was basically a complete kill counter.
It is done.
What it would do is it would just keep track of every single kill you make, and then you could look up, alright, here is this monster, how many of those have I killed? Here is this monster, how many of those have I killed? That's all it was. It was literally just, you know, a kill counter keeping track of, yeah, here's all the things that you've killed. I just freaking loved it. I found it hilarious. Okay, I think his AI must tell him to
Your concern?
stay really far away.
It is done.
Shit.
Make as good as done. Yes,
Yes, I'm
Okay.
Yes, certainly.
Those dogs have run off somewhere up north, so may or may not encounter them again. But at least I've saved this time.
My blade will cut you down to size.
You're hardly worth my time.
I am here.
Come. Hurrah! And I'll just pick up that short sword in case Montarians breaks. I've already explored to the left, I believe. Yes, I have. Fantastic. Alright. And this is about roughly where we got before I died stupidly last time. So, at times like this, feel free to ask me questions. They don't have to be about Baldur's Gate, but, you know, in yesterday's one, I ended up in a massive rant about some of my thoughts regarding 5th edition in general, which can essentially be summarized as, I don't like it, I can see why others do, it has a lot of positive points, but those positive points are also, like, that's what makes it not the game that I want to play, but any other rant works too. Anyway, whoa, slow down, I'm trying to plan the grandest of heights here, with all you're tromping about, I can't hear a word I'm thinking. Huh, this guy throws a hissy fit because a few words broke the silence of the woods. I want to see him in Puffgut's kitchen on the night of Midsummer Feast. He'd probably lose his mind and start screaming or something. He'd fit right in. Of course you can't hear a word you're thinking, you have to say it out loud first. Right, a heist? It's not particularly noble or legal. That one. Okay, here's the plan. There's a big-time mage living just over that rise. Magic items scattered all over the place. I'm betting. Trouble is, he's got these two hideous flesh monsters guarding him, and no shadows where I can lurk. Brute force is useless against these monsters. Everything is useless. There must be some way to outwit the witless. But damned if I know how. Ah, hell. I guess I'd be better off just finding a halfling village somewhere to pick on. This dive is all yours. Such a lovely fellow. Alright.
I hate the woods. Prey be so much easier to
we
find
pretty much,
in the city.
there's a bit more around there, but let's go inside. We can check that side of the thing out at the end. Alright, so this is where Falantir lives. Now, before we talk to him, I'll just show you those flesh golems who immediately attack me and immediately kill me. Clearly you're not supposed to go wandering around.
You must show respect in nature's house.
I am here, certainly.
But as you can see, they are really tough buggers.
I be Falantir,
I don't have much patience for strangers on my property. Do us both a favour and move along. Unless, of course, you have magic for sale. From the looks of you, you couldn't afford the items I have for sale. And then he ends the conversation. You have to talk to him twice. I sincerely hope you have some reason for bothering me. I've already stated that I wish you to leave. Rumors talk... I could say don't threaten or apologise, but this is the one we want. Rumors talk of a powerful mage that lives out here. If it is you, I would like to speak with you. Rumors? Bah. There's no mage here that wishes to speak or be spoken of. Unless, of course, you have magic that you wish to sell. Interested in selling or buying? What do you have? So, something to note. Darts are freaking fantastic. Obviously, once you throw them, you lose them, so they're a resource that replenishes. But, right now, all of these characters have got one attack. As I level up, the fighters in the party will start getting maybe 2 attacks, maybe even 3 attacks if I equip things right. You know, like 2 weapons, whatever. Darts, however, anybody you give them to immediately get 3 attacks every single round. Darts are fantastic weapons for something like a rogue or anything like that. Like, just put them back and have them keep throwing. They're not necessarily the best. Slings get a strength bonus, so if your character has high strength, a sling can be quite good. And some of the other weapons, like eventually you can get bows and crossbows that do an extra attack, so you can do that too. But especially early game, darts are really solid. But as you can see, the magic darts, of which they come in small amounts, can be quite expensive, all said and told. But let's scroll down and have a look, see at what we can get here. So a potion case could be quite useful, but what I really want, if he has it, is a scroll case, which he does not, it would seem. So these are some of the magic items he's got. Those two are incredibly powerful items. So very nice boost to the armor class, good boost to all saves, but crucially immune to first and second level spells. And the claw, Constitution +2, again increased armor class, but there's 1 against everything and +4 against missiles. Aside from save versus death, pretty good bonuses, but it's cursed, and you cannot take it off unless you have a remove curse spell. The robe of the Archmagi are pretty damn good. It gives a massive armor class bonus, and also gives you a little bit of magic resistance, which is quite nice. Like, both of them pretty much do the same thing. And what else? This guy pretty much just sells a bunch of scrolls, which I don't really want to buy them at the moment, because he doesn't have many, and I really don't want to risk. So when it comes to scrolls, so I have Zahir, who he can learn most of these spells. Like, he obviously can't learn that one. It's part of, like, he's a necromancer. There are some spells he can't learn, and he already knows that one. But his intelligence is 17, which means he has about an 80 or so % chance of learning a spell. So if I buy one of those scrolls, give them to him, have him learn the spell and add it to his spellbook, there's an 80% chance that it will be added to the spellbook. There is the chance that it will fail. So as much as I'd love to buy a whole lot of spells right now, it actually isn't necessarily worth it, especially for a wizard character who I'm not going to keep. Certainly not going to keep long term. Doesn't really have anything else. Oh, I already have a scroll case. When did I get a scroll case? I don't remember getting that. Must have picked it up off someone somewhere. Well, I'm going to grab the potion case. The scroll case is going to make my life a lot easier, because I can do this. Yeah. And so now all of my scrolls are neatly packed away. Okay, so those are part of the quest that I was doing. Now, I don't know how to solve that quest. It's a new quest,
Yes.
and I'm not actually sure...
Indeed.
Oh, sorry. Correction. I know one way to solve. I know 2 ways to solve that quest, in fact. But I want to go for what I presume is the good way to end the quest, which is to find some potion master who is really good at their potions, and is a bit pricey, but is probably going to be a nicer person. So I want to try and track them down, but I haven't had a lot of luck in locating them yet.
Your concern, indeed.
Now, as I said, I could... it probably is actually worth killing the basilisks now just for the XP boost. Either way, I might actually go back and buy the petrification scrolls just so that I'm ready for when I do decide to go. As I said, I'm not necessarily playing this game the most efficiently that I can, and part of the reason for that, to be perfectly honest, is one, you're going to see everything.
Yes, it is done.
You know, so I kind of want to give you the experience to a certain extent. But the other thing, let me just find, where is protection from petrification? There it is. Buy a couple of those, and insulation? No. Pretty sure he had a relevant potion, but maybe he doesn't.
I am here. It is done. It is done.
Okay. So yeah, as I was saying, I don't really want to just power through the game. I can, obviously, if I were to just go over and spontaneously be level 5 and then do all of this stuff where you're supposed to be, you know, only level 1 or 2 for this section. I could just fly through half the game, which isn't necessarily a bad idea.
Your concern, certainly.
And the mad wizard falls! Saves me the trouble.
It is done.
Let's just go up. Explore. Explore.
I tire.
I'll be much more agreeable with rest.
Oh, quiet here.
If I'm not allowed to sleep, our next assailants may just live.
So sleeping is actually generally a very good idea.
Getting a little sleepy.
First off, because when people are tired, they suffer various penalties to attack rolls, I think even to their armor class. So sleeping is generally a pretty good idea. And characters with low constitution start getting tired and wanting to sleep much earlier. Oh guys, how are you doing? I kind of got lost on my way home. Anyway, that's a don't matter no more. Give me all your monies. Okay, here's all of our money. Look, fella, we're not going to give you all of our money. You're asking for a world of trouble. Yeah, we're just not going to give it to you. Wrong answer. You should have given me the monies when I asked you. You know what I am? I've let you into a little secret. I'm a lich. Yes, I am a powerful magic I wields, and now you've made me mad. You've got one last chance. Give me all your money. Bugger off. Oh, you guys don't get it, do you? It kills you with all my magical powers. So now what's it gonna be? Death? Or something? Go to hell, you old bum. Hey, what are you, We definitely shouldn't leave him here on his own. Just not seriously considering touching this stinking joke of a man. Let him stay here. The wolves will find him. Let trouble for us. I always wanted to kill a lich, you know, and I enjoy killing a man. I never tried a man who claims himself a lich. I guess it would be a disappointment. We are responsible for this man, Masaryk. Let us help this drug back to civilization, lest he tramples on some rare herbs or empties his stomach on them. Huh? How do I get him home? I can't pick him up. I actually don't know how to do this.
It is done.
Can't talk to him again. I could stab him, I suppose. Don't forget that you need to buy the pet. Yes, I did that. Is he still there? Yes, he's still there. I really don't know how to do that. Like, I can't click on him. Huh. Oh. You're right. I do need to go back and buy them. Thank you. Well, while I'm here, I will show you this. So, this is the Temple of Lathander. You may remember that I mentioned that Baragost, technically at the moment has a council of 5, and in a couple of years will in fact cease to have a council at all and be led by this one dude. That one dude is the head of the Church of Lathander.
Hello?
So, this section just kind of just exists. It's just like a little cloistery area.
Certainly.
The real temple is the much, much bigger building next door.
Certainly.
Salutations.
Greetings to you from a humble servant of Lathander, Rochelle the Sunray. What kind of aid can I give you? Do you sell items? Can you tell us of lands nearby? Please tell us about this temple. Let's ask you to sell. The most radiant of Lathander, Keldath Ormlia, that's the guy who basically runs everything, should be able to help you with this, my good woman. He can be found in the Song of the Morning Temple. If there's something else you wish to know, tell us of the lands nearby. You are now in Baragos, my good woman. It was a village once under the protection of the School of Wizardry, the Ulcaster School it was called, for it was founded by Ulcaster, conjurer of some renown. But it was ruined by Kalashite mages out of fear. But the most radiant of Lathander, Keldath Ormlia, frowns upon us talking of this haunted place, let alone approaching it. Cromadon family of Arm has estates nearby, and they breed fine horses, highly prized in Arm and Tethia. Oh, I forgot to mention something about Arm yesterday. I'll mention it today after this. To northwest stands High Hedge, the estate of Thalantir the Conjurer. He is a loner, I think, and doesn't welcome visitors. However, he is said to be interested in far-off places and things, so if you have anything peculiar for sale, you might try your luck. I think he also gives much better prices than most other merchants as well, if I recall correctly, because the merchants do give slightly different prices. Is there anything else? Please tell me about this temple. Rochelle's face lights up with pride. The Song of the Morning is the name of our temple, consecrated in the name of the Morning Lord, Lathander. We protect the good people of Baragos, the servants of the Morning Lord, and also tend temple fields of potatoes and herbs, flowers east of the road, and keep sheep on the slopes of the hill, topped by the ruined school of Ulcaster. The sheep are more easily watched there, preventing theft and raiding beasts from ravaging them, so gnolls and that sort of thing, kobolds, goblins, whatever. It allows us some control over expeditions into the ruins and to prevent expansion of Baragost. Over the years, various Armenian merchants have shown a distressing tendency to lay claim to all land within easy reach of the coastway that's not strongly defended. Is there anything else you wish to know? Do you sell much? I already asked that. No, have a good day. Alright, so something I forgot to mention. Arm. So I'll go back to the world map. Arm is down here. It's not in this game. It is in later games. But Arm technically extends all the way up to here. So I can't recall if this area is also part of Arm, but certainly the area known as Nashkel Mines, that is actually a part of Arm. Nashkel is also... I can't remember if Nashkel is... I believe Nashkel is a part of Arm, but it's basically... It is the border between Arm and the Baldur's Gate region. Everything else here is all part of the Baldur's Gate region. However, You may remember there was a smithy in Baragost who we didn't get to visit because it was nighttime, but he actually, one of the reasons he's very busy at the moment is because he is basically getting orders for weapons, and more weapons from ARM.
Yes? It is done.
Welcome! The traveling adventurer is never turned away from a house of Lothander.
As we strive to aid all who make a difference in the realms. If you are battle-worn, we can extend the number of necromantic restorations. Oh yes, in 2nd edition, I love it about 2nd edition, all healing spells are necromancy, because it's dealing with life and death, and that's what necromancy is about. Later editions get rid of that. But I really love how in 2nd edition, even though necromancy is seen as being fundamentally evil, it's the basis of healing magic. And it creates this wonderful in-world dichotomy through the mechanics. From 3rd edition onwards, necromancy ceases to be inclusive of the curative spells and becomes very much, it is only associated with the negative energy plane, everything about it is negative energy plane, and fundamentally negative energy corrupts. Which is why all undead are evil. Like, certainly, like, a vampire or something like that can become good, but when you get turned into a vampire, you immediately become evil because of that negative energy. If you spend a lot of time dealing with negative energy, as per most necromancers, you do eventually become evil. Because, well, it's not guaranteed, but for all intents and purposes, it's going to be looked on as guaranteed because you are constantly dealing with a power that fundamentally corrupts you. I honestly don't understand how healing falls under the evocation school of magic. It falls under evocation because from 3rd edition onwards, they didn't want it to be necromancy. That's basically it. That's it. They didn't want it to be necromancy. They decided to try and stick it somewhere else. I think there are some healing spells that actually technically come under conjuration of some form, but most of it is evocation now for no apparent reason, aside from we can't have it be necromancy because necromancy is evil. Anyway, what kind of help can you give us? Let's see what you have. Stone to flesh scroll. I'm going to buy that because we're going to want it later. Raised dead scrolls are very expensive.
Don't touch me.
And I'll show you once again. So raised dead is 100 for him. Resurrection's actually not that expensive. It's only 150. Fair enough. Fair enough. Anyway, I could get a couple of my items identified. I have you holding all the items. Wizardry, the belts would be nice. I think I'm gonna wait. No, I think I am gonna wait. I don't need those
I am here, indeed.
items
It
at
is
the
done.
moment. If anything, one would think abjuration. Abjuration's specifically supposed to be defensive spells. Like, it doesn't really, like, it only really fits in necromancy. It really does. But, not to be rude, but will you stand back from me? By all the gods, I shall be glad to be back in Waterdeep, come the new 10 day. Ah, this guy, I love. Yep. Was your trip business or pleasure? Business, to be sure. I take no pleasure in being in these backwater towns. If not for the bandits, I would have been back amidst my silks some days ago. My corgis are going to be worried sick. Sick, I tell you. What would you know of it? You people around here are animals. You live in filth. Bandits everywhere. Not a decent bathhouse to be found. Pompous git. And here we have some dogs.
It is done. Yes?
Now again, in normal Baldur's Gate, they wouldn't run away from you. They would attack you. But sadly, One of the mods I installed makes dogs and wolves behave actually legitimately more like dogs and wolves.
I am
Oh,
here.
yay, they did decide to attack me.
Certainly.
Can I get him to attack me? No, he's running off. Oh, well.
Your
But
concern.
yeah, I used to love, like, when I played this game, maybe not the first time, but,
Certainly.
well, I played Baldur's Gate 2 first. That was my first introduction to the Baldur's Gate franchise. But if not the first time that I played, certainly by the second time, when I saw, hey, necromancy, like, healing spells on necromancy, I always thought that was fucking awesome, and it just, what I was saying yesterday about the richness and the depth that, a lot of the older D&D would get to, I loved it, because some of the story and some of the theory, of how the world works flowed in the mechanics itself. But that's really not so true anymore. Ooh,
Yes?
remember that scroll of ours? Let's use it.
Hello there.
I'm so glad you found me out here. Basilisks aren't exactly the thing to face alone. I'm going home, but if you want to hunt it down, make sure you take this potion of mirrored eyes along with you. Its lair can't be too far from here. You should be safe now. Thanks for the advice. Gee, thanks. I saved you from being a permanent bird person. All you can give me is a shred of advice and a bottle of murky liquid. Leave before I turn you back to stone. Wow, I'm a dick. Thank you for the advice, but I would prefer if you join me in tracking down this beast. Let's give it a shot. Oh no, you don't. If you want to face that basilisk, that's your own business. I'm heading home. Well, unfortunately, I am not able to drink that potion. Specifically not usable by Wizard Slayer. Which means, when it comes to killing the basilisks, I'm going to have to let Khalid take the lead on that
I
one.
am here.
So,
It is
there's
done.
should only be the one basilisk on this map. And I think he might actually be in a cave. And I'm also pretty sure he's not actually on this map. Like, I'm pretty sure all of the basilisks are on the next map over. So, in here.
Certainly.
But could be mistaken. Because she's not normally there. Again, I believe she's restored mod content.
No fight. You fight, you die.
Okay, so something you can do later on in the game is you can actually join the bandits. You don't join them for very long, but you can actually join them. At the moment, though, I don't think I can. Like, if I actually click this, they'll put, join chill, not even funny, 'tis insult, you die.
Concern?
So I
Certainly.
shudder to see that everybody else is in front, because I know.
Yep.
Why are you using your fist? Stay there, he's run off. Ow! Potion time, potion time. And she is out of spells. Except for that one, so let's use that. And I think one of them ran off down here. Out of that. Bit too hurt. Perfect! Up, there he is.
What you want? You can count on me.
Have need of me? Shoot him!
Name.
I am here. Certainly.
So Entangling Roots is a nice little spell to kind of trap people in place. It's not the best. Web is much better at doing that. Because Entangling Roots, so Imoen has her bow, she can actually still shoot. If people are next to each other, they can still swing their swords and fight each other, they just can't walk. Web is a complete stun, it completely paralyzes people. So Web is a much better slow than Entangling Roots, but Entangling Roots is available at level 1, Web is, I think it might even be level 3, like spell level 3, so that's something like about level 4 or 5 in character level. So I'm relatively certain the basilisks are all on the next one over. Now, I won't be taking this party in to fight the basilisks. I'm happy to leave it up to you guys to decide, because, like, if I kick these 4 out, well, not her, if I kick these 4 out, it makes room in my party so I can show you some other characters. But then you'll miss out on some of the nice banter we've been having, and that's a big part of the reason why I'm exploring the map at the moment with these guys, is just to give the game a bit more time to reveal some of that banter. But eventually, probably by the end of this session, I'll kick them out. We'll probably go deal with the bastards and level Imoen and myself up a bit. And I'll pick up a few new companions for you guys to see and be introduced to. Unless I die.
It is
But
done.
I'm not allowed to sleep. Our next assailants may just live.
Oh, I'm getting a little sleepy.
I know you're sleepy, but I don't care. I really should sleep though. People need to get their spells back, people's health is low. Now, something in this game is I could, if I wanted, go to sleep here. I get a bit of health back, spells would be replenished, but there is the chance that I'll be attacked in the night. So, and if I'm attacked in the night, I will get no healing or anything, no spells back. So there's always that risk that I will have to deal with a random encounter. Can I win against these guys? Find out. I want you to get in there and attack. And he won't because of his AI. Can I... Maybe go steep aggressive because you've got fighting levels too. Nope, I died. Alright.
Certainly.
I'm getting a little
So, this time, you're actually going to go and get some sleep. Oh, wait. We have some dialogue. Probably waiting for me to go to sleep. You spoke at me, I have no time for chatting with you. I'm cooking the flamin' dinner. Smells good, what are you cooking? Must admit you surprised me. Cooking isn't a talent I'd have associated with someone of your temperament. Splendid work, keep it up. What is he, Belcar? Might be, frankly. I like eating, and I don't trust none other with my stomach is all. Reserving yourself the right to nightshade distribution, I suppose. Afraid one of us will slip a little something in your portion. Splendid work, keep it up. One of us would get the same then. there being only one cooking pot and meals serve yourself. Besides, I've been nothing what you all been handling out here, nothing to worry about. So you have got knowledge of poisons then. And I didn't, I'd be a fool. Or dead more like. But you needn't be worrying. None of you are worth such slickery out here. You sound as though you don't approve. Well, if there's no other way, but I never yet knew a fella as used them regular, but didn't get sloppy in his habits and neglectful of his skills. Okay. Well, Jahira has her spells back, so she's doing a round of healing. And that is all of her healing spells, because she does not have many.
I am here. Your concern. It is done.
Oh, no dogs this time. Nope, there are the dogs.
Something troubling you?
Get in there.
He spoke at me. Sucker.
I didn't put this script in this one, did I? No. Oh shit, the hero needs to get out. And Khalid is dead. The hero is dead. Let's see how long it takes me to die. Montaron is dead. Surprisingly, there we go. Imoen is dead. There we go. I died. See, this is where it would have been very useful to have the higher level. But let's pop back over to High Hedge and buy up those scrolls. Now, their monsters can respawn.
Indeed.
So there's a good chance that we will encounter some skeletons and or some gnolls on our way back. Oh, there's someone here. Ah, it's Kivan. So this is another companion that we could take with us.
It is not often that I come across strangers in this part of the world.
Strange coincidence, I have quest similar to your own. I've been hunting bandits in the regions for the past few months. Perhaps if we worked together we would fare better. What say you to that? Don't have time right now, perhaps in the future. Farewell. Now does he stay there?
Yes.
Yes. Excellent. There are a couple of characters who, if you don't have them join you immediately, they leave and they don't come back. So it's not always wise to talk to, if there's a companion you want, don't necessarily talk to them immediately if you don't have room for them in your party.
I am here, indeed.
Why do I live in such a pissant town?
Alright, let's go buy those scrolls that I forgot. There we go. I flail bloke at some point. Well, my morning star, I'm pretty sure that was. He's still got his. She could do with a backup weapon so that she's not using her fists. He's fine, he's fine. Still do with backup weapons though, so I should probably buy those.
Your concern, it is done.
Smile!
Sounds to me like we need a trip to the smithy.
Indeed.
Although at the moment, it's night time, so there'll be nobody there to answer.
Oh,
really not in this.
Something I could do no other.
Yes? Indeed. It is done.
Alright. So, let's get over to this smithy. I'll show you what's there, buy myself a few backup weapons. And then, I think, I'm going to kick these guys from the party and go hunt some basilisks. We've gotten at least a bit of a taste for what those characters are like now. You're almost certainly not going to see them come to blows, but that's mostly just be aware that if you take those characters, eventually they come to blows. I think it takes about 5 or 6 in-game days for them to actually turn on each other. So we haven't quite hit that yet. Alright, so this is the blacksmith.
What you wish done?
Is there anything I can do for you? Could you show me what you have for sale? So, we'll grab a couple extra flails. So, nice set of masterwork darts there. Let's scroll down till we get to the magic items. So the magic items he has is Shadow Armor, which is incredibly good leather armor. It is the best leather armor in the game. He has full plate armor, but he will actually offer you something better. If you can get something called, if you can kill an Ankeg, and you bring its head back to him, he will make a set of full plate armor that druids can wear, because druids can't wear anything metal. So they can't normally wear full plate armor. But if you can get Ankeg plates, you can actually give that to Jaheira or somebody like Jaheira, and she can fight with it. And it's the best armor that she can have. Dagger of Venom is quite nice. It does a bit of poison damage. But Army Scythe, +1 extra attack per round. It is a very good crossbow. So if you have a character who uses a crossbow, you definitely want that.
Speak up!
This is just a general smith. Just browsing a smithy. You've heard much about it. Piss off. I'll not buy armor. Nothing thanks. I'll just leave this. Chat. Just have a quick chat. Oh, it's no trouble at all. You can expect nothing but the best service from the Thunderhammer Smithy. Best armors in the land. If you need some help, don't hesitate to speak to Tayron himself. So he has a couple of smithies floating around, and I don't recommend trying to steal, but you can.
Your concern.
And I probably will by the end of the game.
Indeed.
Now, I can't actually... Can I use the petrification spells? Where is it? I can't use it. And she can't use it. So I'm going to need to at least keep Zar with me if I want to use that. And I can't use the potion either, so I am going to have to take somebody with me. Or I can dual class her into a mage really early so that she can use it. But if I put it there, I can make him actually cast the spell. How do I want to do this? You know what, I'm going to save the Basilisk till later. I'll save it for when I have characters I actually do want to level up. So let's save that for the time being.
Nature's servant awaits.
And what else do we have left to do here? Got a few characters that I could talk to. And there's one character up there who I haven't encountered yet. Yes. Well, you know what? I think it's time. I think it's time to say goodbye to Kali, Jahira, and Zar and Monteron. That was bad of me. So, now, something to always be aware of. If I were to turn to them now and say, could you please leave, they will take all the items with them, everything that's in their inventory. So, you always want to take things away, in which I am particularly going to take his armor and his helmet. So those are mine now. Jahira is fine. I don't need to take any of those. And I don't really care about that. So,
Yes?
it looks to me like, am I still streaming? Just noticed that something might be wrong. Give me a moment.
Indeed. I certainly. Your concern?